All right. It's brothers talking Tesla again. With I got my man Sadat DeBow and
All right.
yours truly Adrian Little. So we know it's been a minute, and since we hit everybody up and we talked, but a lot of things have happened, right, Sadat?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of things have happened, and I'm really excited to get into this conversation today. I mean, just it's gonna be definitely some big changes coming.
Right. Yeah. That's
Big
good, man.
changes.
That's
Big
good.
changes.
Yeah.
Rip up the script type changes.
Hey, well,
Rip up the script.
hey, that's what we're talking about, man. I mean, it's kind of where the discussion, started, and it's just interesting to see how some of this stuff is playing going forward, right? So,
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, before we got on today, I probably thought about it 20 times. Every time that you stated, you know, checkers versus chess. I mean, like you can't imagine how many times that thought has just come across my mind, and I'm just like, man, oh man. Like, I mean, all
wow,
these changes. I mean,
yeah,
this. I mean, you couldn't even. I don't think since our last show. I mean, Musk might have started getting to the political scene, but the way he sort of inserted himself in what? Oh yeah, I know you're going to get into it. I'll leave it alone. I'll let you
yeah.
do. I'll let
No,
you.
no, you're right. You're right, man. You're right. It's yeah. I just yeah, something just to yeah, checkers chess. You're right.
Check
I
his
just think
chest.
he's 3 steps ahead. You think he's doing something? This guy's over. Yeah, he's not even thinking about that, right?
Right. Right.
Um, but yeah, man, let's get at it. Let's get at the show. And
All right.
once again, if you like it, go and hit the like button and the subscribe. Go and subscribe to us, and we definitely appreciate it. And obviously, we're just talking. A lot of it's for entertainment purposes, but it's we got a passion for it, and really believe in it. This whole AI ecosystem, right? That we're allowed to be a part of. Um, yeah. So I'll just hit it from the top. I'll hit it from the top. So,
Okay. Let's go.
hey, a few weeks ago, Tesla was. I guess they wanted some more data, so they gave us FSD for 30 days, right? What was your take on that? You had a chance to try it?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, this is my second sort of iteration or experience with the technology, with the tool. And, just like the first time around, this time is much better, right? I feel like the car is responding better to, going from point A to point B. There's less interference. I feel more confident about the technology. And I would say even beyond that, you got the summon feature, which we're going to get into. I know we're going to get into more details there, but just having all those little pieces is almost like I didn't have FSD a few months ago.
Mm.
So now we got more detail, more again of a realistic human sort of response to what I saw the last time around. And I gotta tell you something I really appreciate about this next wave is that there's so much more detail and understanding of what's happened with the technology than we saw before.
Right.
And I would say that if you're thinking about what Elon's gonna do with robo taxi, and he even he included Tesla included in the financial statements, right?
Right.
There's much less interference from, again, just going from my own example of what people need to do when using the full self drive mode, and that number is going to exponentially increase. And I'm telling you, from what I'm experiencing just from now with having my own vehicle to what's going to happen with this robo taxi, which I know we're going to get into later,
Mhm.
is inevitable. it is absolutely inevitable what we're gonna see.
Yeah, 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 I agree with your sentiments there. The this is the third time that I've had it in the last within a year. Yes, third time within a
Right,
year, and this one is by far the best. And just like you said, um, it's more fluid, it's more realistic. Um, it doesn't alert you, or I almost call it nagging you uh,
right,
when you take your eyes away from the road. It understands like, hey, look, you're going to take your eyes away, right?
right. That's part of the
And
feature. Yeah,
yeah, it's just less interruptions, and it was more fluid. I found myself not using it as much, but
okay,
when I did, even today, when we went to church, just threw it on. It was myself,
yep,
my wife, and my son in the back seat. Just bloop bloop, and she said, "What was that? You turning it on?" I said, "Yep, it's on." And it was just like, here we go, right? And it just kind of took us. It took us to church, right? So
right,
um,
right,
uh, I turned it on while we were on the highway. Uh, on the way back, I believe I turned it on at a stoplight. So I just turned off, boop boop, and just it did its thing. The one thing that I did notice a couple times is that it took the wrong it took the wrong turn.
hmm.
It took the wrong turn, and I was like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" Like, no, 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 no,
Yeah,
that's not where we
yeah,
need. I know what you were gonna do, and
right,
was it going to be right? Yes, the lane was going to end right. You could have taken that lane out and got in, but I was like,
okay,
no, that we don't want to do that, right? So it's still
right,
got its, it's not 100% perfect, but it's definitely better than what the second time I had it,
right.
the first time I had it. You can see it, and it's almost like, yeah, buddy. it's like, yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You guys got this, right? You guys
yeah,
got this, right?
yeah.
So it was,
It,
yeah, yep,
yeah. Now, I mean, look, what's the value, right? You're sitting there, you're not really, kind of overwhelming yourself with the driving experience. The car
right,
kind of takes control, right?
yep,
You are paying attention, but you're not like putting all your heart and soul into every lane change, or somebody slowing down or speeding up or what have you. You've given that car the ability to do what it does, that vehicle to do what it does,
yep,
with the technology, and responding
yep,
accordingly, right? I mean, I'm just imagining when you were probably on your way to church and getting off there, exiting off the highway, in the deceleration lane, and what that was like, right? And then kind of coming to
yeah,
that stoplight before you made your left, because I know how you go to church, right? Go making that
yeah,
left turn,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, um, and right, just kind of like letting it do, operate just the way it's supposed to operate. So to me, again, you're getting the benefit of, and it's a Sunday too, right? You don't
right,
want to, you just want to relax and enjoy. I mean, we
yeah,
were out today
yeah,
too. And guess what? We were driving our ice vehicle. I'm not gonna say what vehicle it is. We were driving our ice vehicle, and guess what I was doing? Stopping, starting, and going through
right,
all
right,
those movements that you weren't even thinking about today. Which, because we have a small one, we don't typically pop her inside the Tesla just yet. But
right.
I could, in my mind, you had a better driving experience today than I did.
Wow, yeah, it's yeah, yeah, man. It's like you said, you're yeah, you're not as attached to the driving experience, right? You're not attached to because the car is doing it. And I would say one thing that's big that I don't know, it may get overlooked, but I'll say it is that blind spot camera.
Oh,
That
Yeah,
blind spot
that's
camera, you
huge.
don't have to turn around over your neck, look through
Right,
look through the mirror up top, the side view mirror.
right,
No, you just look at that camera and you can get over 3 lanes. Woo!
right, right.
Right? I mean, to me, that is like, yeah, because you think about how many accidents occur because someone's in your blind spot, you and her, or how many,
Oh yeah,
close things
yeah,
could have
yeah.
close accidents could have
Pause.
happened
Right, right.
because of that. Yeah, yeah, it's something I actually, before we spin off, I actually so Tesla, I have the premium connectivity, which gives you
Okay,
the I guess uh, the Live One streaming service. It gives you the internet radio, and then it also gives you, the big thing is on the navigation. So it gives you the satellite views on the
right.
navigation as well as the traffic, right? So
Okay,
so Live One is they're going to terminate that, and you're going to have to pay for some other streaming services. So I tried out. I was like, well, okay, I've already paid for this for the year. Let me
right,
see what I did. A quick search, and I was like, well, let me do Apple versus Spotify. And I went to Reddit, and a few people were like, Apple, hands down.
right. Okay,
So
makes sense.
so let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. There's a 3 month trial.
Okay,
So I said, okay, cool. No love lost. I'll try it. Right. So when I put it on, I was like, huh. So I did a search for a song, and let me tell you how smart Tesla is. So I'm thinking
okay,
I'm gonna lose all my music searches from Live One, right?
okay.
And just like, okay, is the car, because you can just hit the wheel and say, hey, play Phil Collins, In
Right,
the Air Tonight, and it'll play it.
right, right, right.
But I didn't know that it will search through all of your streaming content that you have. So it
No
searched not
way.
only Live One, but it searched through the Apple library, through the Apple streaming service. And I was like,
Okay,
come on, man. So now you mean to tell me this car is smart enough to
right.
switch? I could get Spotify, whomever, and it's gonna search through all of that.
Oh wow,
So I
that's
sent a text to my
insane.
wife. I was like, man, this is wow.
Easy.
So
That
yeah,
yeah.
this is it's crazy. Like how forward
Right,
thinking, which makes sense, but to
right.
see it happen in real time is just like, it's
My
like, man.
goodness.
So we went to get something to eat after church this morning, and my wife went in there.
Okay.
She went to the restaurant. I dropped her off up front on the front, and the place was packed. And she texted me back and said, "Hey, it's going to be 20 to 25 minutes."
Okay.
So I parked the car. So I parked the car, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna sit here and watch some TV. I'm watching TV in the
Okay.
car, right?" So I pull up Netflix, just at Netflix. My
Okay.
son's in the back, right? Man,
Yeah.
probably 30 seconds later, she texts me, said, "Oh, I'm seated." And I was mad. So that I was mad. I was literally about to watch The Last Dragon. I was about to watch The Last Dragon
Okay.
on Netflix. I was mad. I wanted my 20 minutes in my car to watch
Oh,
TV.
oh man.
But that's what it
All
does
right.
to
All
you,
right.
right? That's what it does to you.
Yeah.
That's what it does to you, man.
That's
It's that
that.
it's that
See that. That's
experience, right?
value. That's
Yeah.
value. That's value. That's value. That's value. I mean, look, you can't beat that. First of all, you can't do that in another vehicle. At least not to
Right.
mine. Maybe again, maybe one of the other EV players, but so in terms of ICE vehicles, not sure if they have that feature. At least that I'm aware of.
Right. Right.
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
it's no, no, no.
That's not bad. That's not
Mm-mm.
bad. And again, look, I mean, you know the what I all I heard. I mean, you gave nice details, detailed illustration, but all I heard was convenience,
Yep.
value, and I like it. That's what I heard.
Right. Right.
That's exactly what
Right.
I heard just now.
Right.
Convenience, value, and I like it. And
Right.
I mean, and I guess think about it. You take away that steering wheel, and here you have a robo taxi. I mean, that's probably gonna be
Yeah.
10 times better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, he's doing it. That's gonna transcend, that's gonna take over,
Yeah.
right? And folks are sleeping on it. Uber, you know, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
man.
so so I think in episode 1 or 2, I said the F word, but I didn't really mean the F word. I meant the R word. So I
Hmm.
meant federal regulation.
Right.
Federal regulation. And I think so many times when things are when we think about business, I say at large, for the most part, we think about what are the financial implications, and those
Hmm.
financial implications could be interest rates. We're gonna probably talk about tariffs and taxes, right? How can
Right.
companies, but something that Elon has, I think he's unlocked. He's found the skeleton key
Hmm.
because a month ago, even probably
Hmm.
2 months ago, but for certain a month ago, before he had the robo taxi showcase announcement, if you will, I mean, he had mentioned on stage that there were only a handful of locations where they had this technological license to be able to go and use robo taxi.
Hmm.
And now here we go with the R word, right?
Right.
Regulation.
Regulation. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
He, it's like carte blanche now. It is
Yeah.
whatever, if I may, whatever you want, Elon,
Right.
right?
Right.
Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
And I understand why, and again, not to shift lanes, but I understand why the performance of the stock is done so well, because I think everyone is, combined with other things, the relationship with, the future administration, certainly regulation is on his side.
Right. Right.
The
Yeah. I think if
opportunity
you
to drop,
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say the opportunity and the sort of, you know, direct path, a direct path to being able to now launch your product with very little resistance, because again, now you're gonna have an executive executive branch and the legislative branch all
Yeah.
looking through the same lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you
I
gotta go,
just
yeah,
think,
take that one, man. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. Um, for one, if you're truly looking for a problem solver,
Mm.
you know, who's better than him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, so I would say, hey, um, you know, we need an EV, or hey, we're waiting on the big three to make an EV. Waiting on them, right? He figured it out.
Right.
all right, we're going to shut down this shuttle system, this bloated and expensive uh, space program, put it in private
Mm-hmm.
industry. He says, "Okay, I got you."
Right.
You know,
Right.
we want a reusable rocket. He says, "Okay, cool. I'm going to have it reusable. I'm going to land it on this moving barge." You say, "Ha ha ha ha." He says, "I got you." Right? Right.
You got
You
it.
launch through I don't know. I wouldn't say the current administration, but just through kind of what we do customarily with the big companies, we're going to launch a spacecraft. But we run into trouble. We can't get the people back home. We're gonna call him. We're gonna call
Right.
you. I mean, the guy has a track record, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, the guy has a track record, and if we are in this if we are in this situation, right, as they say that we are, that they painted this picture, then why not give him a chance to solve it, right? He
Right.
knows industry, he knows business, he's got money, right? He's a business person, he can think like a business person, not like a politician, right? And you know, from what I know, like no one owns him, right? Does what he wants,
Right.
right? So
Right.
um
Beholden to
I,
no
you know,
one.
to no one. So
To no one.
yeah, so with that, you know, who give him a shot, right? Give him a shot, man. Give him a shot, and
Yeah.
you can't regulate everything, man. You gotta allow the free market to do its thing, right? You gotta allow the free market to do its thing.
So it's interesting. You have the IRA, the Inflation
Right, all
Reduction
right.
Act,
All
and
right.
part of the Tesla portfolio includes both EVs, which again, some of the Inflation Reduction Act helps to benefit. Well, the way I see it, the future administration, there's going to be some companies going down in flames.
Right. And why is
Some
that?
EV companies going down absolutely in flames because Tesla, for all intents and purposes, right now is the only EV maker here in the U.S. that is making money.
Hmm.
One, partly due to diversity of portfolio, but for certain,
Right.
they've already got to that point of scalability that they can make profit on their cars, right? I mean, albeit whatever it is, 18% margin, but
Right.
you know, Lucid, Rivian, they don't have that, and they're dependent right now on these what is it, $7,500 tax
Yeah.
incentive
Tax credit.
to buy
Yep.
EVs, and if they don't have that going on, that benefit, it's going to get
Yep.
dramatically worse for them. And I mean, I know we're talking about profit, but I mean, really, the name of the game is cash flow. And you and I both know that Rivian just went and got this
Mm.
$5 billion deal with Volkswagen.
Right.
I mean, that's like, you know, they're going to really rely on that cash now because
Yeah.
they're going to lose, you know, a good chunk of their customers and how they're going to stay afloat. And then the same thing for Lucid, right? So it's going to be an interesting landscape. And I got to tell you, if I'm either one of those players, either you got to go and get, and lobby, and talk to Elon and say, hey, we're going to go down. Or Elon's just going to take more market share now.
Yeah.
Tesla's going to take
Yeah.
more market share. And,
You're
and,
right.
and, and thinking about the legacy automakers that are now starting to try to get into the EV space, that also plays into his hand because now who's going to want to go buy a Ford, EV or a Chevy or a GM or GMC EV, right?
Yeah.
If I can't get that tax benefit, again, they want to make money. They're in it for the money, for the profit.
Right. Yeah.
So now you got Elon. He's going to win on both sides of this game.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I think that he is going to be the overall winner. He's going to be. He is playing the long game, and
Right.
he's going to be the overall winner. For one, uh, removing that $7,500 credit, that tax credit. Um, Obviously that applied to EV vehicles, but that may have been the incentive for someone to buy, I don't know, a BMW i something or a Kia
Mm,
something or a
mm,
Ford Lightning, right?
right.
Um, yeah, so they may not sell that vehicle, right? Where, the Teslas was already cheap enough to where
Right.
maybe you didn't need it, right? So Tesla's gonna continue to sell vehicles, and they're gonna adjust their production. They're gonna adjust their production so that they continue to make a profit on their vehicles, right? He's
Right.
already he's already adjusted the prices, raised them, lowered them, done whatever, right? So that they continue to make profit on the vehicles, right? The other thing
Right.
is, by removing it, and the new administration saying, "Hey, look, we're going to put more focus on energy, allow to do hybrids." You're just delaying the
Right.
inevitable. So now you're going to tell
Right.
Ford, you're going to tell GM, and now they're going to put money in these vehicles. Well, when we still got an
Right.
energy, we still got a scarcity of resource issue with the oil. That's not going away,
Right.
right? So all you're doing is
Right.
delaying the inevitable, and all you're giving, in my eyes, and you can give your thoughts on it. All you're doing is giving Elon more runway, because
Oh
he
yeah,
because
big
he's not
time.
going to make an ICE vehicle. He's not going to make a hybrid. He's not going to say, "Ooh, let me go make a hybrid."
No,
Right? He's not going to say that. He's going to
no
continue
way.
to
No.
refine. He's going to continue to lower costs. He's going to continue to
Right.
refine his supply chain, his manufacturing, all of it, so that he can have even a larger, like what you said, a larger market cap, larger more of the
Right.
market. And so,
Right.
in my eyes, it's just like it's going to be, hey, for the first time Tesla owners, are they gonna, when it comes time to get them another vehicle, are they gonna go and get are they gonna go get a Tesla? Or are they
Right.
gonna go
Right.
back and get an
Right.
ICE? No, man. I
Right.
just think he's building it up for the long term. And these folks, such as yourself, myself, other folks that have these vehicles, EVs, they're not going back,
No.
right? Because the technology is going to get better. They're not going back. And he's
Right.
committed. It's one thing to commit to, and he's committed to it. And I just think, like, hey, like, yeah, yeah, and just like you
It,
said, the other folks that's not making money, they're they're gonna be gone. They are gonna be
they're
gone.
gone.
Gonna be
Gone.
gone.
I
Right.
mean, that,
And hold on, to that. Hold on to that. If I'm
yeah,
okay, hold on. So if I'm in the market for a vehicle,
right.
and I say, you know what, I want an EV. Now I look at, ooh, yeah, I look at the Tesla, I look at the Rivian, I look at the Lucid, but not only do I look at the vehicles, now I look at the salesperson, I say, how long you gonna be around? Are you gonna be around if I need help? I'm gonna get a Tesla, man. I ain't even gonna worry about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it.
Yes. The
Chess
cost
checkers. Chess
structure,
checkers.
the cost structure will change dramatically. And
Yeah.
not to mention, which we've talked about before, if Elon is able to, and we know he's going to do it, to get Optimus slash the robots, if you will, into the like to be able to handle some of the stuff that people were doing before, the cost will drop so dramatically. So I mean, it's so no, like you said, drop the salespeople, or reduce, if you will, right?
Right.
You got you throw Optimus in there on the production side. You got no
Yep.
EV credit. You're gonna eliminate EV credits, and guess what else? Yeah, we haven't mentioned. You know,
What's that?
before China had a back door, they were going to do the back door technique, right? Hey,
Right.
we're gonna drop. We're gonna manufacture products in Mexico.
Right.
If the future administration, and I have no doubts that it's going to happen.
Right.
When the future administration does what they're going to do with tariffs, there's no doubt about it that there's no way that BYD or any other Chinese manufacturer is going to have a very, very difficult time. I mean, they would have to
Right.
sell those cars for a penny. A penny.
Right.
I mean,
You're
and
right.
to be able to sell cars into the U.S. market,
Yeah.
and even then, I mean, again, if Elon is able to influence the regulatory framework
Yeah.
future of EVs, which it's inevitable that he's going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a guy I used to work with some years ago on the sales side. He said, "Hey, the way we work with our customers is we want to get the customer to write up the spec that meets what we got,
That's
what we
right.
have." So
That's
so
right.
so
Yeah.
then when they put it out to bid,
Yeah. It's ours. That's right.
it's
That's right.
ours,
We have no
right?
problem meeting it. That's right.
So Elon is going to be, he's good. The spec
Yeah.
will be written to meet. It's going to be interesting.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. You know, I didn't even think about that. But you're right. As far as the standards, what the cars
Yeah.
have to meet, like all of that. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Who needs lobbyists?
Man,
Who needs a
once again,
lobbyist?
right?
Can't say
Mm.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead and say it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is insane. And again, we just spent the last 3 days, 4 days just watching that stock go from arguably not even up 1%. I know that's not the scope of our show, but just to sprinkle in a little bit,
Yeah.
arguably not even not even being net positive for the year. And then for
For
the
the year,
past,
yeah.
four,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
insane.